Good morning, everyone. It's Todd here. I want to give you an update on my experiences with the Lucid Light Machine. I just finished a 3-hour session and feeling a good 20 years younger, so thank you very much, Milaripa. I much appreciate that. You're welcome. Anyhow, I'm feeling really refreshed and invigorated. The sort of inspiration for wanting to have such a long session was an out-of-body experience that I had a few nights ago. During the experience, I showed up to a friend's place on the inner planes, so on the astral planes. I've got a friend who I visit on occasion. He's an actual resident of the inner planes, and he has a bar. And so I visited his bar and was just chatting away with him. And in walks this guy with, and I kid you not, an exact replica of the Lucid Light Machine, who also was a resident of the inner planes. Now, I'd never met this guy before in my travels. My friend who lives on the inner planes hasn't met the guy before either. And so he sets up this machine, and we sit down and we're talking, and he's sort of given me his, I guess, agenda, if you like, and I was feeding into his energy as well. So I could feel that, he was quite genuine. And he wanted to be able to help with us on this level of reality. And in particular, he wanted to help me with this light machine to get the most from it. So it was really quite something else. I mean, it was one of the last things in the universe I expected was to have somebody on the inner planes build a replica of this machine to sort of test it, put some energy into it, track me down during one of my out-of-body experiences, and share some data with me. So the guy was going over some mechanics of the human brain with me, being a receiver, and telling me about the thick state of consciousness, the state of consciousness which I'm very aware of and which I've spoken about before, which exists between the physical level and the intermediate levels and the astral planes. This level of consciousness is really dense, and this field of energy, Monroe might have referred to it as the M field, and it causes a lot of problems for people and challenges in order to remember the experiences that they have consciously every single night. As example, I have plenty of friends who have experienced the same as me. We can have a fully conscious out-of-body experience, fully conscious, or a fully conscious lucid dream. We're completely aware within the moment and interactive within the state. We then return to the physical level, we wake up, and literally within seconds forget about the experience we had. We could then be doing something, during the day, and something triggers the recall, and then we're like, how can we forget that we had a fully conscious, lucid, fully interactive experience earlier in the day? But it happens because that's how, this thick state works. So this guy's giving me all the details and going through some stuff with me, and he starts talking about 4 frequencies, that I'll need to use 4 frequencies to help people, in a sense, negate the effect of that thick state while using this lamp. So he gives me a demonstration. So I sit down behind the lamp, and he creates this sort of energy bubble that replicates that thick state. So it's transparent. I can see through it. I can see the people in the bar, but I can no longer communicate with them. Telepathically, everything's been sort of wiped off the table, just nothing. So I'm like, wow, this is like the thick state, and or veils between different dimensions of reality, whatever you want to refer to it as. So he starts up the machine, and it's flickering away in my face, and suddenly I can now penetrate that thick state telepathically. So sort of, it did what it says on the tin. It was quite incredible. So the guy's going through the formula with me, and then suddenly I feel I'm losing stability, and I'm being drawn back to the physical level. I'm like, oh no. And as I'm sort of ebbing away, my energy is ebbing away, and this guy is like, remember the formula. I get back to physical reality, and I'm just there scratching around, and the thick state, it's doing its job, and it's like everything becomes dim, and the information that I was just absorbing is just just literally vanishing right there. And it was so ironic because this is what we were talking about the whole morning. So the curious thing is, with regards to this lamp, and obviously this guy knew this, and the lamp itself, the software, you can adjust it to where you can run 4 different variables for the frequency. So you can run 4 different frequencies simultaneously that will then work together to create, sort of a different sort of brainwave state, a specific brainwave state, kind of like hemisync, but 4 different frequencies using the stroboscopic effect that the lamp does. So I've been playing around with it, and that's what I was doing this morning for this 3-hour session. And I'll tell you what, using the 4 frequency sets really can be quite effective. I kept getting a lot of chatter during the 3 hours. I normally get this chatter when I move between different dimensional levels, and it's the chatter of other humans trying to talk to you once you're within frequency range of them. But I was getting chatter quite consistently, more so than usual. So I may not have got the exact formula that this guy was giving to me, but playing around with the frequency sets, I did a pretty good job. So I'm looking forward to getting back out of body soon, hunting this guy down, getting the formula, memorizing it, committing it, getting it back into the physical level, and seeing how far we can push this. So I'm really excited, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how far we can go with this. But that's the update for now. Speak to you soon. Bye.